of Tulsa as we get set for an out-of-conference matchup with the Oklahoma Sooners, number 22 in the country, making their way down the turnpike for the host, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. My name is Jeremy Poplin, joined by Brittany Scraper. And Brittany, always fantastic to host a ranked team coming in. This one has a little bit of a different feel to it, energy-wise, here this afternoon.
A lot of energy. I mean, anytime you're hosting a ranked opponent, there's just an electric feeling in the air. You definitely feel it. There's a lot of people coming to watch this game, so it's going to be exciting to see these two teams at this point in the season match up tonight.
Both of these teams have a lot of firepower, including one of the individuals that will take a spotlight on as we speak, and that's Naomi Clark, who has been off to a pretty tremendous start to this season for Oklahoma.
Yeah, new transfer her. To me, she is main character energy. She's got 2 braces so far this season. She's made an instant impact for OU. She's going to look to make a big impact tonight.
And for the University of Tulsa, another individual that's had an incredible start is Jordan Frederick. What a start to the season for Jordan, and which is needed for this Tulsa team that has a lot of firepower of its own up front.
Yeah, Jordan has had a great TU career so far. She's off to a great start. 3 goals, 1 assist. She's going to be looking to get on the board tonight. Would be a massive, massive goal for her if she can get one against this ranked OU side.
It is a big game for the University of Tulsa hosting this ranked Sooners team. The weather is absolutely perfect, not anywhere near as hot as it was last Sunday, and pristine conditions here on the pitch for this Sunday. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for you next. You're watching The American on ESPN.
By Reesers, we'll start first with the visitors, the 22nd ranked Oklahoma Sooners. See Ali Lacanol, who are the key defenders for this team. The rest of the team, Duffy in between the posts, one of the SEC leaders in saves from last season. And for the University of Tulsa, there's Blaine Schutte, another great start to the season for her. Second team all-conference. See Nia Faison back out there for the Golden Hurricane, which is a big boost for this Tulsa offense. And then, of course, the big question marks about this Tulsa team is just their level of youth across the back line. Brittany, that will be one of the main talking points I feel like that we will have coming up throughout the course of this evening with this Oklahoma Sooner team, showing that they have tremendous ability to finish in the first 3 games that they've played so far. And as you can tell early, Tulsa's under a little bit of pressure here in the early stages as Sanders has to parry that one over the top of the crossbar. That's a shot from distance and a corner now to kick things off for the University of Oklahoma.
Well, it's the start that we thought we would see, and we see Pack here just taking some extra space. She gets a good hit on it, and Sanders is up for the challenge. She does a great job of parrying that over, but we knew that we were going to see this coming from OU. They're a side that likes to come out really hard and strong, and that's exactly what we're seeing. They get this opening corner.
Pack from Coppell, Texas. With the service, the header goes up into the air. Sanders was turned around for just a brief moment, has it collected now, and gives an opportunity for this Tulsa team to breathe for just a second because it's been rapid fire from the Sooners here in the first minute.
Yeah, I think Tatum Sanders is doing a great job here. I know that TU's happy to have her back. She had a bit of an injury earlier and missed a little bit, but she's back between the posts. Just telling her team, hey guys, settle down just a little bit. Catch her breath.
It's a little under the weather, was dealing with a little COVID diagnosis, and was finally able to make her debut on Thursday evening. We'll get into some of that game coming up here in just a bit, with Tulsa suffering their first loss on the season, but it is great to have Sanders back in that starting lineup, especially when you have the amount of youth in front of her that the University of Tulsa does across the back line.
Yeah, it'll be important for her to direct everybody, keep everybody calm, make sure that everybody's checking their shoulders. OU likes to send so many numbers forward. It's going to be pivotal for TU tonight to make sure that they're tracking all those players coming in.
Duffy will send this one into the box. Sanders tracking it, goes up into the air, has it. Legs were cut from underneath her. She is down. We'll have to take a look on the replay now exactly where she ended up falling. It looked like she landed on the side of her hip from the first reaction that we see here as she goes up. There's the contact. Yeah, Yeah, it comes down hard. It was a little bit more flat than what I initially thought that it was, Brittany, but that's a hard hit in the early stages, and it's her own teammate that kind of got caught up, Sim Smith, underneath her.
Yeah, that's what happens in those situations. I mean, OU put the ball in a dangerous area, and everybody's got to kind of go up to challenge it, and Tatum Sanders did a great job of getting up, getting her hands on the ball, and just kind of all those bodies in there just kind of knocked her off her balance mid-air, which is nothing really you can do about those things. I mean, that's the risk that you run as a goalkeeper, and hopefully the way she landed here, there's no serious injury.
This is the last thing that Jim Ryan and this Golden Hurricane team wanted to see, with Sanders just now getting back to a place where she's healthy. We hope that she's okay. I have not seen any movement yet from the Tulsa bench with Dolding trying to get loose and get warm. She started the first 2 games of the season for Tulsa. See Jim mentioning there to the sidelines, trying to see exactly what the decision that they're going to make is. They're going to set Tatum up. Had a nice conversation with her father and mom in the stands before tonight's game. They were excited for her senior season. Big things happening in that family. Tatum's sister just got married, so congratulations to her. I think Tatum is going to try to give this a go as we take another look. This is the front angle that we saw. It's almost from our point of view as well from here in the box.
Yeah, she just gets kind of, I mean, it's a dangerous ball, and she does a great job of coming out. She's strong. She's just mid-air there, and she just kind of looks like Sim Smith, kind of makes some contact with some OU players there, but luckily looks like she's able to shake it off and continue, which is really good to see.
Yeah, Naomi Clark was the closest player in the vicinity for Oklahoma. Maybe a little bit of a forearm in the back of Sim Smith, but that's just kind of jostling for position at that time, because she has just as much right to try to go get that ball as anyone. We're going to play on here. Hopefully Tatum has no ill effects moving forward from that contact. They're going to play it back to her here in the early stages. Quickly, she has to get rid of it. See some of that pressure that Oklahoma likes to apply, and we thought that that might be the case here in the early stages of tonight's match.
Yeah, OU likes to play a really high press style, and it works really well for them. We see how successful they've been in their first 3 matches in this season. Getting that really big win against OSU, Bedlam match, winning 4-1 at home. Had fireworks after to celebrate. I mean, that's definitely the way you want to start your season if you're OU.
They've just been a scoring machine to start things off. First time that they've been ranked in one poll since 2017. They're trying to take advantage of that tremendous start, because this SEC schedule is a rough one. Here's Jim Ryan. You see 5th season for him as the head coach, 27, 35, and 14. Been an assistant coach here since 2008. Has really done a tremendous job of continuing to build the talent and depth on this team. As Clark wayward with that attempt on Sanders, who had things covered. But again, more of that direct play that you were talking about from Oklahoma.
Really great through ball from Morel, perfectly weighted. And I think Clark just a little bit off balance when she makes that connection with that strike. Pulls it a little far wide.
Shooty. Is that one taken away directly through the center of the park? On the dribble is Washington. Leaves it here for Morel.
It's a good tackle by Bechtel.
Referee says play on. There's that back line from Tulsa struggling. Jordan Frederick comes back to receive this one well towards the end of her bench. Riley Brown making sure not giving her any space to turn whatsoever. Washington just looking, tries to slot it there to the corner of the 18, finds Dendis. Left-footed attempt from Dendis, knocked away. Corner now as Parker McGraw was there to not allow that ball across the face of the goal in a corner for OU.
Yeah, it was well defended by Parker McGraw, and she's one of the young ones that we talked about. Freshman coming in, she's had a great start to the season, but this is going to be a big challenge and test on her on how well she's able to defend against this powerhouse OU offense.
And raised back Service ball towards the penalty spot, finally cleared out. Also now on a dead run. First time that we've seen Faison able to really kind of unleash a little bit of that speed. Not enough to quite get there, and Oklahoma will play through the keeper in the back. Duffy long service ball forward, settled by Oklahoma. Played towards the corner. Morrell. Morrell right-footed cross. Sanders punches it out of the 18. Also unable to really connect with too many passes so far. Oklahoma players have been swarming. There's Canty that stepped in front of that one. Off of a deflection, and that results in another corner for Oklahoma. So the third one here in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this match.
Yeah, Oklahoma definitely putting on all that pressure, and TU just not able to. They've defended well. They've had a lot of good individual defending that they've done to kind of stand OU up, prevent crosses, things like that. But ultimately, they've got to be able to keep possession when they're getting it out. Otherwise, OU's offense, I mean, that's their plan. They're pressing that high. They want to win the ball high and continue to press. So TU's got to find a way to keep possession out of their defensive third.
Left-footed ball from Dindis. Finds the header, not much on it. Good opportunity. Lacanol was there in a great position from an even better ball that was played in. Also now with Frederick, just couldn't quite get there in enough time towards the touchline, and a throw in for the Sooners.
Yeah, TU early in this season has done a great job of connecting, finding passes, finding feet. They've been really accurate. It's one of the things that's made them so great this season. And so far in the start of this match, they just haven't been able to connect yet with that intense pressure that OU's been putting them under.
Now another corner. Back to the far side of the pitch. There's Matt Mott, his record at Oklahoma since moving over from Ole Miss. Career record, 160 wins. Spent some time at Texas, Auburn as well. Has really done a great job of building this program into his image and the reputation that he carried with himself from his previous stops like Ole Miss. The Sooners so far with 12 goals so far on the season. Played on the ground, Sanders is there. Bouncing around quickly, Tulsa has to try to close out. Off the deflection to the opposite side and a goal. And Oklahoma strikes first here in the early moments. It's El Canty, one of the dynamic freshmen for this Oklahoma Sooners team.
Well, we knew that this was coming. I mean, OU has been knocking at the door nonstop since the whistle blew to start this match. And I mean, we see again TU trying to get the ball clear. They're just not able to. They get a little bit of a clearance, and then it falls here for Canty. And she does a great job of just keeping the ball down on the ground, and it's just a great finish by her. She's focused. She just does a good job. Oh, and it looks like Sim Smith actually got a deflection there.
Did she?
On that replay, looks like she might have gotten a deflection, so it'll be interesting to see what this gets called, possibly an own goal.
El Canty, by the way, from the Community Christian School, hometown of Norman, Oklahoma. 105 goals in 3 seasons there during her high school career. Well played through ball, just a tad bit heavy, looking for Jordan Frederick. Sent out a play over the touchline. Let's look at the goal here.
You see Canty, and then Sim Smith's just trying to come across, and just bad timing there. Unfortunate for Sim Smith.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed. Just trying to get any type of piece of it that she could. Tulsa trying to claw back here. Faison, looping ball into the box. Towards the backside. 3 Tulsa players there in the area, just over the top of the outstretched arms of Duffy.
It was a good service. I mean, good service coming in. Just maybe a little too deep. Had those 3 players from Tulsa just not able to redirect that ball back on frame.
This is an area where Sooners have been tremendous so far this season. They have really taken advantage of every ball that's in the air, won a lot of those. So we'll have to be aware of that as they move through the afternoon and evening.
Yeah, that 50-50 battle and owning the center of the park is just been massive and pivotal to OU's success so far, and it's something that TU is going to have to battle all night to try to win that, try to get something going on their side, which we've seen them come back before this season. So I mean, OU's definitely got to make sure that they stay ready. TU has the ability and has the players to make an impact.
Frederick that has not had an opportunity to work in very much space so far here this evening. Put a ball to the outside, track down to the far side of the pitch. It's Washington, keeps it there. Service just skipped by one player, kept alive. Canty one more time. Sanders had to knock that one away. Washington will track it down. Morrell. Off of the deflection in his face, and that was back helping a corner for OU. Dindis will trot over to take this corner. You see there are 5 already here in the early stages. No time to breathe whatsoever for the Golden Hurricane here in the opening moments.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to connect anything and settle. They've just been under constant pressure by OU.
Another ball that lands inside the box. Frederick couldn't quite clear it on the miss. Oklahoma has it. Harassed from behind. Schutte to Clark. Tried to play it centrally.
It's a good battle by those two. Michelle Pack and Kaylin Simmons in the middle.
Brown looking for that diagonal run to the opposite side of the box. Scoots out of play for a goal kick now for Tulsa.
But TU needs to settle the game down a little bit. They're playing a little bit frantic. They're kind of getting pulled. OU's doing a great job of sending lots of numbers forward and high pressing like we've mentioned, but TU's also kind of gotten pulled out of position a little bit. And so they've got to kind of be disciplined here and settle down, take a deep breath, know that they can still match up with this team and start kind of connecting passes and make some things happen for each other. And it's just little things like that. So it's, you get one pass, you connect one pass, but then that next one is just not exactly where Frederick was wanting it. So just little miscommunication. McGraw, I think, wanted Jordan to run, but she wanted it more to her feet. So they've just got to kind of get back on the same page with each other and start connecting.
You mentioned getting pulled out of position. That's what that high press will do to you at times. Staying disciplined is key to that. You can't get frustrated if things aren't going your way for significant stretches and periods of time. You've got to stay your course against a high pressing team like this.
Well, especially when they're sending so many numbers forward and they're kind of overlapping their runs. I mean, we see Morrell kind of be on the middle and the right and the left and then in different positions. So you've got to be in high communication with your defenders that, you know, either you're man marking those players or you're zonally marking. And if you're zonally marking, you have to be under an immense amount of communication to be on the same page and make sure that you have cover, you're covering somebody else when the player moves in and out of your zone. So really difficult to defend against. And takes a lot of teamwork, and I mean, Tulsa, we talked about it. They have a really young team. We'll see Jordan Frederick here with a good look.
And all of that was created by just hustle from Addie Bechtel, who was able to knock the ball away, helping back through the midfield, and then able to dribble through some of the pressure that Oklahoma was providing. Tulsa now with a good tackle.
Yeah, these are the moments here that they need to connect. They need to start making passes connect, and they're doing that here. That's going to be a foul on Kaylin Simmons. That's what they need to do, and that's what's going to slow OU down. You're not going to get that same amount of press and pressure if you're you're connecting passes and you're making them move a little bit.
McGraw turns away from Dindis, finds Bechtel. best to keep that possession. Ahmed had the ability earlier to maybe turn there and carry that ball into some space. Sanders quickly with the release.
Alexis Washington, not the player you want to have running into space at you.
Not at all. We've seen her several times. Kept in play off the back line. It was a great save there by Kiefer. With a level of comfort there to just stay under control, play that ball forward. Said before how well that Schutte does turn, just kind of settling and holding that ball up.
Yeah, she did a great job, and she's going to be under a lot of pressure. I mean, TU is a physical, or I mean, OU is a very physical defense. I mean, they use their body, and they're not going to give you time and space to turn. And she did a great job of standing her ground. That's one thing that I think we've seen so far in her second year. She's gotten even stronger. It just gives her that ability to hold that ball up and continue and keep possession, which is going to be incredibly important for TU to do as we get into this game in later stages.
Schutte spins away from Frederick, has some options. Did well just surrounding her. Pack plays it wide for Washington. Ahmed is there with her. Kind of tipped away from Washington for a corner, the 6th so far here in the first half.
Yeah, it's a great ball by Michelle Pack, and they're going to be looking to find Alexis Washington. I mean, she's a fantastic player. She's working on trying to be the all-time assist leader for them. She needs one more. She's one of the few returning starting players. I think there's only 4 returning starting players from OU's team last year. So she had a massive impact on their season. Really quick, dynamic player, great services.
She's tied with Leonie Weber for that all-time assist mark. Off the deflection, an opportunity for Oklahoma. Too many people inside of the box there for that ball on the ground to make its way through. Legan did a great job to find Riley Brown. Brown towards the byline defender, Raw.
Excellent stuff from McGraw.
Every step of the way.
I mean, that was well defended, and even more importantly, she kept the ball for her team. That's just so important. You got to do the first job, but you got to also finish it through and do the second job, and McGraw did excellent there.
Face and finds Sim Smith, dribbling towards the center circle, keeps it on the ground.
What a touch by Addie Bechtel.
Bechtel leaves it there. An opportunity for Schutte, cuts to the inside, surrounded by defenders.
She just needed some more TU players getting forward there to try to maybe draw some of those defenders off of her.
He did well just holding her ground there in the back.
Hard challenge. The referee's going to say play on.
Split the defenders there, but Frederick was too far behind to make a run through. Referee's finally going to call a halt to play. We'll take a look at it here.
Yeah, they both just kind of collided. I mean, the ball's right there.
There's the reverse angle. It's McGraw. That's, I think, just physical contact. Didn't necessarily see anything that was foul related there. They both, at the same time, were making an attempt on the ball.
Yeah, to me, that's I don't think she quite had possession yet, so I think McGraw has the right to come in and try to make that challenge. It was just unfortunate and awkward kind of where the ball was and then how they hit. It was a hard hit.
She's up. She's going to need some assistance to get off the field. Here's a look at the upcoming schedule for Oklahoma. Louisiana Tech on Thursday, North Texas before they go to Texas State, Omaha, and then SEC play at Kentucky gets underway. The SEC schedule for Oklahoma is pretty daunting for the Sooner side, because after Kentucky, it's Florida, at Vanderbilt, South Carolina, at Alabama, A&M, and Tennessee. It is a murderer's row for Matt Mott and the Oklahoma Sooners.
It is arguably one of the absolute toughest conferences in the country. I mean, just powerhouse school after powerhouse school. You cannot have a bad game in a conference like that.
So there's the substitution for you. Curran in for Dindis. Still taking a look at her in the ankle area here on the sidelines. Meanwhile, referee says play on. This is Ligon, who's from Jinx. Nice ball forward, put it in a place where she felt like Riley Brown could run onto it. It's a good give and go there. Frederick's got to get there just in time. Fender did well of closing down. Lacanol went over to make sure that Jordan Frederick was going to get there first.
I mean, that's just great play at both sides. I mean, good stuff by Tulsa. They're starting to connect. They've been able to connect some things. They're getting some things going, but, man, OU up for the challenge with a big tackle there.
Watch right, Claire.
Here's McGraw looking. Not much movement yet. Finally has Bechtel. Nice square ball from Bechtel into the box. Simmons just couldn't quite get much on it. Oklahoma defense coming up big one more time. Nice hit ball, Frederick quickly back on the attack. Sooners do well with just kind of rallying to that ball. Players virtually everywhere, it seems like at times. One of the reasons why Tulsa's had such a difficult time trying to connect. Not so much for that ball over the top for Naomi Clark. Still plenty of space for Washington. Off the foot of Rowlett, Sanders over to collect it.
Yeah, it was a good decision. Just let the ball fall to Sanders, let your team get up, kind of get out of your defensive third, take a quick breather, reset. But to TU's credit, they've done a better job of shifting this. This game's opened up a little bit more, and it's due to the fact that they've been able to connect on a few challenges. After they've won the ball back, they've connected and had a good handful of opportunities. They just can't quite seem to get that transition. If they had maybe a few more people or were able to get a few more numbers forward, might distract some of those OU defenders so they're not triple teamed every time they have the ball.
Muhammad loses this one. Clark waiting for that overlapping run to the outside, finally has it. And again, it's McGraw doing a tremendous job. Of course, she has to feel a little bit more of a prideful moment and night for her, having played at Norman North High School, did Parker McGraw.
Yep, right there in Norman, Oklahoma, right down the street from OU. But freshman she's having a wonderful start to the season, and this is a big game for her to have a big game, and she has had one so far.
Yeah, even if you've played in a match or two here in the early stages, things definitely pick up a little bit tonight.
Well,
Almost your welcome to collegiate soccer moment.
Exactly. It's another level. It's another level playing against a team like this. I mean, they're just so good, so talented, so athletic. They press so hard, and they have to be because, I mean, look at the teams that they're going to be playing in their conference. I mean, they've got to be firing on all cylinders all the time.
There's a couple of changes. See Piper Safransky in for Tulsa. This will be Simmons subbed out. Canty gets a rest, as does Morrell. Kiefer slots it there. Sanders comes up big for a big stop, and now another corner for Oklahoma. Denying Naomi Clark.
Naomi Clark, I'm sure, is wanting to get another goal here, and it's a great ball through. I mean, perfectly weighted. Clark does a great job. It's a good run she makes, and she's looking to kind of maybe hit that back door, and Sanders has a great line. Ooh,
there's another big save from Sanders. This time off of the header from Clark. It's been denied twice in a row. It's also on the back of their heels for a brief moment here. Sitting to a corner to the opposite side now. It's kind of hanging there. Sanders punches it out of the box. Mason's showing a bit of skill. Schutte going to get there, being tracked down from behind. Pulls it back. Looking for options. Had Safransky. It was going to be a tight pass, though.
Yeah, TU's just going to have to match OU's transitional pace. And once they win possession, they're going to have to get numbers forward and give their players options quicker. Take a slight deflection off of OU, so it's going to be a TU throw. Trying, just giving some instructions.
Yeah, not much movement at all from anyone. She's kind of looking around right now, but asking. You can see her hand up. Where do you expect me to go with this? Referees allow the linesman to make this call. Another throw in now for McGraw.
Yeah, and still not a lot of movement. I mean, there's a little bit of movement now.
A little break. That's a throw in for Oklahoma. Tulsa's got to try to find a way to settle down a bit here. This ball couldn't quite make it through.
Yeah, she needed to maybe try to go forward with that. Put Muhammad under a lot of pressure.
Good turn by Clark.
Done by
That's
Safransky.
just good physical play. Finds Frederick, who changed sides. Is facing out wide if she can find a way. Sees her now, settles it. And more good defending from Oklahoma's Riley Brown.
That's better by TU. Tactical decision by Coach Ryan, I'm sure, to switch an IFAs in and Jordan Frederick. You just kind of get a different attacking style. Your attackers going against different players, mixes things up. I think TU saw a lot of positives whenever Frederick was able to kind of cut inside and dribble inside, and she was successful with that dribble inside this time.
Muhammad will have time here, will settle, dribbles into space. Sam Smith was calling for it, but Muhammad keeps it herself. Switches fields, finds McGraw. Also had that moment of freedom there, just couldn't quite connect. Looking for Safransky. McGaw, driven ball towards the penalty spot, hopped up into the air briefly.
Great by Pack. Even
Slipped
better
it in,
ball.
ball through, flag is up on the opposite side. That was Kiefer, not by much. Oklahoma turned away.
Yeah, it was great stuff in the middle of the park for OU by Michelle Pack. She's done a great job. Looks like the ball just released just half a second, just a step over. TU maybe trying to play a little bit of that offsides trap.
Off of the deflection. Back now for Duffy. Mason.
They'll just double team there and not able to keep possession. It's a good ball through.
Kiefer one more time. Was just offsides, a left-footed cross. Hata. Good combination, Safransky into space.
Here's a good counter from TU if they can capitalize on this.
Frederick, corner of the 18, cuts to the inside. Jordan Frederick, shot that's there, and Jordan Frederick has leveled things at one. An absolutely beautiful build-up moment from the University of Tulsa. Jordan Frederick makes them pay, and we are level at one with just a little over 15 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Man, we talked about what a player Jordan Frederick is, and she does the Frederick shake and bake here. It's a great cut, and then just a composed finish by her. I mean, she gets her head up. She does a great job of seeing where that goalkeeper is, where her body's going, and she just cuts the ball back across and not able to make the save.
Just tucks it in right there in the corner.
Excellent goal. I mean, highlight career goal for Jordan Frederick, very deserving. And we talked about it. TU has the ability, they have the players to make that impact, and they did a great job of connecting out of the back. They were able to work it. It came from the back, it came to the middle, it went to the other side. So Safransky did a great job playing that ball early to Frederick, so Frederick had time to try to take on her player. If she would have held on to that, that would have changed the dynamic of the defense. It would have given them more time, so they did exactly what they needed to do. They did it at its speed, and they capitalized on it. Now they're 1-1 with number 22 in the country.
It was Hata to Bechtel to Safransky, and then Jordan Frederick with the finish. See Castleberry in for the substitution for Muhammad.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this changes the game for both teams. I mean, TU's going to have a lot of confidence. Obviously, it's going to lift them up, but interesting to see what OU's also going to have and how they're going to respond to this.
Take a look at the history between these two. 18th all-time meeting. Golden Hurricane have never beaten Oklahoma at home. Last win coming 2010. Oklahoma leads this series 14-2-1. Team trying to change that here this Sunday afternoon.
Great step by Rowlett. Starting to see that confidence. That's what happens when you get big goals like that. Everybody just kind of is able to puff their chest up a little bit. You're really locked in and flying at that point.
You saw effort there, trying to get back. Oklahoma held out defensively. Frederick almost able to poke that one away. Looking for Schutte. Also winning a few more of these balls as well here that have been played in.
Well, defensively, they're where they need to be. I mean, look at their shape right now. Look at where they are. They're not pulled out of place. They're not pulled out of position. Defensively, they were able to kind of settle back in and have been where they need to be. And it's made them easier to win balls, get the second ball, double team when they need to. So it's made a big difference here for them.
Substitutions now for Oklahoma. See Mulaney in as well. Set it to Kate in as well.
Such a deep side. So many tactical changes that Coach Mott can make.
You know, that's one thing that has absolutely improved from the depth perspective for this Golden Hurricane side under Jim Ryan as well. Is they've played 19 so far, and you know, in years past, previously, once they settled into conference play, they might kind of constrict that a little bit. His comments earlier this week were, we're probably going to continue to play this amount of players moving forward because they have that level of skill and we have that level of confidence in them as well.
That's massive. That is a game changer in a program. When you get to that level that you can confidently make substitutions and changes and not worried about the impact that that's going to have, because you start worrying about, you know, injuries, overuse in players. When you're able to sub people in and out, they're able to stay fresh, they're crisp, less injuries happen that way. You know, you're able to get different dynamics. Everybody's getting playing time, so they're getting better. We've seen so many, you know, young freshmen playing in this University of Tulsa side. They're gaining that valuable of experience. I mean, playing against a number 22 OU side, I mean, look at the valuable lessons that they're learning and they're gaining in this game of, you know, you go down, you can come back against, you know, no matter what team you were playing against. I mean, so just having that ability and confidence to make those substitutions is such a game changer.
That has not always been the case. I mean, he's been very forthcoming about how he wanted to not only change the buzzword culture around the program, but to also improve the quality level of depth. And in year 5, he's been able to do that. And had even mentioned, you know, it might be a problem as Clark has one, and that's going to find its way to the opposite side. And Oklahoma strikes back quickly here. It's Naomi Clark. And just like that, Oklahoma finds a way to put themselves back on top here with a goal from Clark.
We'll see the replay here, and Michelle Pack again, she's such a playmaker for them, has a little bit of space, and you know, we could just such an easy run and finish for her. I mean, all the work is done by the ball. It's a great ball through, and she just gets a great rotation, puts that on the back post. I mean, that's incredibly difficult to save. TU just giving OU a little bit too much space there, and OU capitalizing on it. Big goal for her. And there's the response from Oklahoma.
Now Tulsa's turn to respond one more time here with 10 minutes remaining. And a Chance who has subbed on. There's a giveaway. Rowlett stumbles. Clark comes away with it. Hip check from Sim Smith. Referee says play on.
It was a good recovery from Rowlett. Just kind of like misstepped with the ball there.
KK Hart cannot keep control of that over the touch line. Going to reset the clock here inside of the stadium. See Coach Mott there. Referee's called for almost 10 minutes to be put back on. Brown's throw in. Send it to the opposite end.
Good switch of play.
Castleberry's through ball. Presley Boyd out there, who we were both impressed with last Sunday here for the Golden Hurricane, one of this group of freshman players for Jim Ryan.
Yeah, she's had a great start. Really solid player, smart player, makes great runs. See who can settle this ball.
Oklahoma's so good in the air. Just using some of that size. That's Castleberry, good effort from her. Earns one for TU.
Yeah, OU is great in the air. If I'm TU, I'm trying to keep the ball on the floor as much as possible. Don't want to have to go up for those aerial battles.
Castleberry, the freshman from Broken Arrow.
Great press by Boyd. Just talking about her, freshman, playing way above her years here.
Also from Norman North.
Same Brad, nothing easy.
Look at that. See her here just not giving up. Just putting her body right there in the proper position just to knock a little bit off of the ball. Move off of the byline. Kept in play here. Safransky finally poked away, and here's Clark. Clark has some space. Castleberry's going to try to hurry up and catch back up. Touch to the outside. Easily handled there.
Great positioning by Nanami Hata. I mean, she could have been gone on that. She did a great job of timing her run and her angle to take over possession of that ball. She made it look easy, but that's a hard skill to learn.
Hata's the one player across the back line that has the most experience. You saw it there.
Boyd hard in the press again, winning that corner, or winning that throw in deep in the field. I mean, those are important places to win possession back. I mean, you won possession back from your team when you win a throw that deep on the other team's defensive third.
Same Brad, same Brad.
That field positioning matters.
Too easy, let's go.
Kept alive for a brief moment. Also regains possession. Safransky, hard. Raw. Cross from McGraw. Done by Lacanol, who's had some big moments here. Drew Legan as well. Across the back line for Oklahoma. This game right now definitely being played in more of a Tulsa style. Trying to take advantage of it here with just a little over 5 remaining in the first half.
It's definitely a physical match. I think Safransky's looking for a call there, but referees let a lot of things play on so far in this game.
Safransky spins off to the races. Rayo chasing her down, out wide, facing, the flag is up. Naya caught in that position, the sophomore from Norman. One game, missed the first 2 games of the season due to injury. 1 shot on goal so far this season. Coming into today for the American Conference preseason watch list.
Such a good player, fast, skillful, hard coming back from injury, just being full swing into things, though.
58 goals in her career there in Norman. Good tackle to the opposite side as Guthrie has to pick herself up. Castleberry with that professional tackle. There's Clark, who's going to get a bit of rest. Kiki Smith, the transfer from Washington State. It's her first minutes today.
So you're just going to take your time, dictate play a little bit here.
Smart, tight corner turn, almost knocked away. Got a piece of it briefly. There's Chance, nice touch there. Tulsa will make a change here. This is Katie Wynn, Hazlet, Texas, part of that freshman class. This is her first minutes of the season for Katie Wynn. I know that's something that Jim Ryan said that he's excited to get her involved.
Big break here.
Laney cuts back in. Laney's gonna have a go. Skies over the top of the crossbar. It was a long run.
Yeah, it was a great run. I think she was just trying to decide on what channel she should play, and I don't think she saw the option that she wanted, so she just kept going with it and figured she'd have one. Just gets a little too far underneath that, a little too much power on that.
Senior transfer from Ole Miss. Back out of play. Throw in now for TU. Almost directly in front of the Sooners bench. That's the second throw-in violation against TU here in the first half.
Yeah, she's not getting all the way over her head. Trying to do more of like a basketball inbound pass kind of situation.
She was trying to go quickly to find Hannah Chance on that. It was a foul.
Build this one out of the back.
Castleberry into space. Easy touch to the outside. Has Hart. Now they can swing it back to the opposite side.
It's a good build-up by TU if they can capitalize on something here.
Chance. She's familiar with this Oklahoma program from her time at OSU. Here's Hannah Chance. Left-footed ball blocked away. Warren was there. Foul, and that will be our first booking of the afternoon. And yes, Castleberry goes into the books with just under a minute to play here in the first half. It's almost one of those ones in that situation you probably don't mind that much.
Tactical foul.
Got to do it.
Yeah, got to stop her from that breakaway right there. What a great start from Castleberry, though.
Duffy.
You guys, you.
Hata with the clearance. Chance. I think Jim Ryan will like that last little bit of spell that he saw from Hannah Chance. That's one player that he had mentioned by name that felt like sometimes wanted to see her be a little bit more selfish in instances. We've seen that a couple of times so far in her minutes here in the second half this afternoon.
She's an immensely talented player. I mean, she's got that great left foot. She can play with both feet. Really skillful on the ball, great at taking people on, really good finisher.
5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
The time is going to run out. At the cross, Sanders collects it, and that will do it for our first half, with Oklahoma leading 2-1 over the University of Tulsa. It's been back and forth here between both sides here in this afternoon. The first of a doubleheader. See the head coaches speaking with each other before this game. Tulsa trailing by 1. 22nd ranked Sooners with a 2-1 lead as we head to half. We'll have the halftime show coming up for you next. And even on the offsides front. All right, well, if you are coaching from the Oklahoma perspective, what were you mentioning at halftime?
I mean, if I'm Coach Mott, I'm happy the way that we started. I mean, they put them under, but I'm not happy the way we kind of put our foot off the gas, which is not kind of like what OU usually does. I think there were certain times that they tried to force things that weren't on. And then I think there were times that they created really good opportunities and chances, and they just weren't able to find the final pass. And, you know, if I'm Coach Mott, we've got to find those ways to put teams like Tulsa down. I mean, if they're able to pop in 2 or 3 more of those goals, this is a really different ball game right now. And you've got to be able to finish your chances and opportunities. I mean, they have more of the stakes, in my opinion, in this game than TU did coming in. I mean, they're newly ranked. This is the first time they've been ranked since 2017. They're going into a really tough conference, and they want that notoriety. They want to keep that national ranking, and they need to have a good performance against TU. TU are the underdogs here. They don't have that same amount of pressure. I think everybody going into it, like, oh, OU is probably going to beat them. I mean, they don't have that pressure. They want to be able to take them on and make something. And so I think this is going to be a really interesting second half coming into it. I think we're going to see TU trying to kind of do what TU does, you know, keep their shape, connect, do what's made them successful. They're going to have to just not panic. They're going to have to keep possession when they're coming out of the back. They can't continue to keep conceding corner kicks. They've got to keep it, but OU, you know, they've got to start connecting in that final third and hitting the target.
I think Tulsa, in those moments where you're seeing a lot of that high press, that pressure, they've got to do a better job than they did in the early stages of absorbing that. And if they can find a way to do that and settle in, because you know there's going to be a moment where he tries to kind of set the tempo for what this second half is going to be. By him, I mean Coach Mott. To see if he can't force a few mistakes here for Tulsa. If they can do that and continue to play their style of game, which it seemingly happened for, I don't want to say the majority of the first half, Brittany, but you know, a good portion of it, Tulsa played exactly the type of game that they want to play to be in this.
I mean, yeah, excluding the first 10 minutes that were pretty chaotic, TU did a good job of settling down and not letting OU do what they want to do. And that's, you know, win those second ball chances, win the ball really high early, and just kind of continue just to kind of keep coming and cram it down your throat. And TU did a job of kind of arranging things and saying, all right, well, we're not gonna do this anymore. And so OU's got to kind of make some adjustments and shift a little bit.
This is the first of a doubleheader here this evening. Coming up, 7:30 start right here. Cal State Fullerton in the house, taking on the Tulsa men.
What a great night of soccer.
Absolutely perfect Sunday afternoon here for August. Not much wind whatsoever tonight.
Certainly much cooler than it's been. It's been extreme temperatures here in Tulsa, really humid, much calmer night.
Deflection towards the byline. Ball that's slotted through, and a goal, an early goal for Oklahoma. Jim Ryan is out making a point, trying to argue this one, but Oklahoma strikes quickly here with El Canty in the opening moments of the second half.
Well, that's the collision there is what Coach Ryan's talking about. And Washington does a great job. She's in tons of space. She's able to get her head up and does a great job of just picking out Canty. Canty just wide open there, just redeflects it in the back of the net. So potentially a little controversial there. But again, this referee has let the game play on through a lot of challenges. We'll call this one here. But for Alexis Washington, she gets that assist, and that now makes her the all-time assist leader at the University of Oklahoma.
The senior now with 20 career assists has just passed Leonie Weber for the career record.
Yeah, such a talented player. I mean, she makes it look easy. She does a great job of just calmly and very composed, picking out that player. There's a reason why she's the leading assist leader now.
Look at Washington there, fresh off of breaking that record. Love to make it one or two more here this evening. Goal kick now for Tulsa. This is the second time so far this season that Tulsa has conceded one in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Happened first game of the season for TU. Now again here against Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's the 5-minute rule. It's such an important rule. I mean, it's the first 5 of every half and the last 5 of every half, and then 5 minutes after a goal is scored. And TU's got to just be more diligent and aware. I mean, a bit unfortunate, that collision with Muhammad. I mean, maybe that's a foul, maybe that's not a foul, but regardless, the official says play on and can't give away a goal that early. But we'll see what TU can do to bounce back. I mean, again, they were 2-0 down, came back and won the match 3-2. That was just a couple games ago, and this is a good break for Addie Bechtel.
Bechtel with Ligon chasing behind her. Nice ball through, looking for Jordan Frederick, just couldn't quite get the perfect touch on it.
And that would have been the time to get a goal back. It was a great run by Bechtel. And just the way that ball kind of bounces, it just kind of mistimes Frederick's run. Not able to connect with it, but we'll see Alexis Washington in space again on this right-hand side.
Leaves it there, just the opposite side of the penalty spot, off of the deflection. Sanders with a big save there. A defender was in the vicinity as well. Still not out of the danger area yet as Dindis is fouled, and now the referee points to the spot. We'll have a penalty.
Sanders did a great job on the initial save, but Tulsa not able to clear the danger.
Take a look at this replay here.
I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
It's McGraw just kind of getting tangled up there and efforting to just get to the ball at that point. Now we will have a vantage point here in the booth that the audience will not have. We're watching the replay system now that the referee is currently looking at on review. Brittany, anything standing out to you here?
I mean, well, the first thing that stands out is Dindis has just an incredible first touch to try to set herself up here. And it's a wonderful first touch.
The call is confirmed on the field from our official.
Yeah, Dindis does a great job of bringing the ball down here. I mean, it's bouncing. Just has a great touch. And then Dindis does a good job of getting her body in front, and then McGraw's behind her, so.
Well, that first touch is what is
yeah.
leading actually to this, as the approach is there, fired home. And Oklahoma behind Kayla Kiefer has extended their lead to 4-1.
Just like that, 4-1. I mean, there's a reason why they're ranked 22 in the country. Special plays, special players. It's a great PK. Nothing Sanders is going to be able to do about that one.
It's Kiefer's first goal of the season. transfer from Ole Miss. And just like they have in every match so far this season, Oklahoma has scored 4.
Seems to be their number. I'm sure they're going to be looking to try to add to that. See what TU can do to respond. I mean, if that break that Bechtel and Frederick had earlier, I mean, if that's a goal, that changes the dynamic of this game. Now they're battling from a 4-1 deficit.
Well, back to your point on the first touch by Dindis, it allowed her to maintain control according to the official. And Tulsa made that contact from behind while she had possession of the ball, which led to the penalty.
Yeah, unfortunate. I don't think McGraw's trying to foul her there at all. I think she just was in the wrong place. I mean, Dindis got that touch in front of her, got her buddy in front of her. There's not really a lot that she can do there. With an early ball.
That's where you'll find out a little bit of the maturity here by this bunch from Tulsa in an instance like this. Just continue to try to play their game, which at times has been fine, has been enough. And to stay directly in this, Bechtel's having none of it here.
Yeah, great job by Bechtel. She's battling today.
Muhammad. Good effort there from Washington. Finds Clark, Naomi Clark, outside of the 18. It's one touch to the inside now. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Keeler steps over. Poked away from Piper Safransky.
That was an important touch by Safransky to break that up. And here comes OU again.
Done by Ligon. Now a foul by Muhammad.
I mean, this is a non-conference game for TU. This is a game that you learn and you grow from, and it's a great match for them. They've done a lot of good things in this game. It's going to be great to see how they respond and how they continue to play.
Pack finds Washington all the way back outside. Pack one more time. Washington misplayed it, was able to track it down. Keeps possession towards the byline, past Chance. Defending by Muhammad, just like a brick wall. Corner kick now for Oklahoma. This is their 9th.
Just so good with on the ball. Just her touches, she keeps the ball so tight. It's hard to defend against her. It's hard to get the ball off. Muhammad does a great job of coming through and winning that, but like you said, Pop, 9 corner kicks now.
This has taken the majority of these. Washington's so unselfish, looking for that play every single time. Chance. Contact to the body from Bechtel. Dindis, the guilty party.
You just see OU does so well of getting their numbers back behind the ball so quickly and just double teaming almost every single possession. They defend so well in numbers. Makes them really hard to play against. And if you are able to find out of that pressure, then maybe you can expose them, but man, it's incredibly hard to play out of that amount of pressure and find those open passes.
There's Canty that wins that header. Settled by Pack. Here's Dindis. Safransky.
He's got some good space.
Chance, one time from Chance. Slotted through. Burrell did well there in the back end, and quickly here comes Kiefer. Kiefer keeps it herself, slots it there, Clark. Almost number 5 for the Sooners. Tulsa defensively did well, helping back. See another look at it.
That's a wonderful ball. It took a little bit of a deflection, it looks like, so it took the sting out of the ball just a little bit.
That was Rowlett, defender that got just enough.
Clark putting herself in those dangerous positions, right where she needs to be.
Frederick cuts to the inside. Jordan Frederick, left-footed ball, well wide. It's that combination, though, that we have seen a few times here so far this season with Safransky working with Jordan Frederick.
Yeah, they work incredibly well together. They make runs. They know how each other play. They've played with and against each other growing up for a really long time now, so they're definitely on the same page. It was a good run by Frederick. She's just not able to get her hips rotated around that shot, so it goes off wide. Man, I know she would love to get another one.
Curran checks back in for Oklahoma for Dindis. Curran played 13 minutes in the first half. Laney back in as well, also played 13. There's Chance, pokes it away.
It's a great run by Hannah Chance. She's being unselfish again, back with the shot. It was plain shooty with the shot. It was a great save.
That extra effort from Hannah Chance to create that opportunity, just knocking it away. Here she is.
Yeah. Great ball. I mean, it was great that she got it there to her early, and Shooty does a good job with her prep touch and just maybe not quite. She hits it well, but it's just right directly at the goalkeeper.
Curran. Strong fight and a foul on Oklahoma on Curran. That was McGraw, the defender. Shooty.
It's a good hold-up play by Shooty.
Bechtel's ball played out wide. Hoping Frederick could get there in enough time. Tulsa, however, easy touch, looking for Chance. Throw in now for Oklahoma.
I mean, Tulsa's still fighting. They're still doing good stuff. I mean, they're battling for balls. They're trying to open up this OU back line a little bit. Plays opened up just a little bit as we've gotten a little bit further into the second half.
Morin in for Pack. Chance again with another moment of defense. Muhammad with contact there. Play on, says the referee. Mulaney. Mata just kind of played it there slowly, didn't close down. Just waited in a corner now for Oklahoma off of the deflection as Morin tracks this one down.
Seen a lot of OU corners. One thing I'm sure Coach Mott's gonna note is we've had all these corners, but we haven't scored directly off of any of them.
Ball in the air from Morin. Kiefer had the first bite at it. Chance pulled from behind.
It's good battling by Hannah Chance so far in the second half.
She has. She's been the one spark for Tulsa here defensively, trying to just create things.
Yeah, and that's what you have to have. You need those players that step up in a leadership role by what they do on the field. That they're not going to back down. That they're going to continue to press. They're going to continue to work. They're going to crawl, and scratch for everything that they possibly can, and that's infectious. It starts, rubbing off on everybody else.
Chance is the only one that's moving there off of the throw-in. Here's Clark. Does an incredible job, spins off one to defender, cuts the inside. How about that tackle away by Rowlett?
Big time tackle by Rowlett. I mean, she does a great job. She got beat there, great recovery, and just gets a perfect touch on that ball. Wins possession back.
She is just taking her time. Easy ball back to Hata. Oh, Hata with the lackadaisical ball, almost a gift for Clark in front of Sanders. But the flag is up here, back to the opposite end of the Oklahoma bench for an offsides.
Hata's been under so much pressure in this game. She has been really busy. I wonder if she's starting to get a little bit of fatigue. Dealing with so much constant pressure from this powerhouse OU offense. Sending so many numbers forward.
Hata, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College at SMU, first year at Tulsa after 2 years there at Iowa Western. 44 starts in her career. As we mentioned before, parked right in the middle of that Tulsa back line. She's going to be counted on as that one player that's virtually seen everything with this group of youngsters that are on the opposite side of her, kind of growing with this Tulsa program.
Yeah, important to have that leadership back there. I mean, Tatum Sanders is back there to help, kind of lead and work with that back line. But Naomi Hata's been a huge pickup for the University of Tulsa this year, coming in from SMU. It's going to go just over the byline, so it's going to be it's going to be a TU goal kick. Or are they going to say it went out before?
I'm going to say it went out before,
yeah,
not
they're gonna
quite.
Say it went out before.
It was I thought it might even be a little bit deeper than that. Curran off the deflection, kept in play. Good cross. Now out here's Morrell, leaves it for Clark. Clark's going to track it down, has options out wide, right from the corner of the 18, Kiefer. Oh, Kiefer in tight space. Nice ball, tucked to the inside, and that one going to be a difficult angle with the right boot. Try to get that anywhere in position, but Morrell did her best. But that's just Oklahoma continuing with that incredible amount of pressure that has caused so many problems for this Tulsa back line.
Well, they just have so many numbers forward, so they're able to immediately win the ball back. Tulsa's not able to quite clear it, and then Kiefer did a great job of just working in a tight space. OU sending all those numbers forward, and that's what they like to do. They like to win the ball back really high on the pitch so they can continue to just immediately attack, and it makes it so hard for teams to continually defend against that. It's just incredibly exhausting as a defender to constantly be under so much pressure. See this pressure again.
Kiefer earns a throw-in for Oklahoma. She has one goal here this afternoon on the penalty. First goal as a member of the Sooners after transferring from Ole Miss. Leave this here for Ligon, 6A state champion. At one point in time, freshman from Jinx. Shouts out Ligon, the niece of one Sooner legend, Teddy Lehman, on the football side. Fort Gibson's own. Another corner. They just continue to add up for the Sooners. This has done well on the majority of them. That one finds its way to the foot.
Yeah, it's something really to be said. I mean, OU has created so many opportunities. They've had all these corners, but TU's done a great job defensively defending them time after time after time again.
Frederick in a full run. Canty got back in great position. Now bodies Frederick, square ball, finds Hannah Chance. Didn't quite get the first touch that she wanted. Tracks it down near the touchline. Cuts back to the inside, working against two defenders. There's a foul from behind, and that will be a card as Bourne will go into the books here with a yellow. 26 minutes, just a little over remaining.
Yeah, I think the official was saying that it was her third foul. And she catches her from behind here. Hannah Chance, good job. And then, yeah, she just gets that back leg.
Yeah, Chance is still down at this point. They're attending to her. A lot of contact on that inside of that right leg that you saw there. I think she's just kind of gathering herself right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the TU coaching staff and team is hoping as well. Hannah Chance, brilliant player. She's had a lot of issues with injuries as well. It's kept her sidelined, so hopefully she's able to walk this one off. But I mean, it was a really, really hard challenge. She was able to walk off, so that's a good sign.
Redshirt senior year for Hannah Chance, and Jim Nill did mention that there's an opportunity for her to potentially have one more year after this if they can get it cleared. Also with some subs, there's Rayo in for Clark. Faison steps over at Simsmith. Low driven ball, settled there, nice turn briefly. Just got a little way from Hata at that last moment. See her kind of hop in the air after that moment. But throw in now for TU.
Yeah, it's hard to bring those down. It's an awkward position to try to bring it down, especially when you want to try to turn and shoot and create something, and just not quite able to bring that down there. But great ball in by Simsmith. Just kind of gets it over that first player and drops in.
Here's Simmons, who's also from Norman, making her second half appearance.
Ahmed with the throw. She's looking for some movement from her team.
Finally has a little here from Bechtel. Almost just going to come away with this one.
Yeah, this is a dangerous breakaway. TU had committed a lot of numbers forward.
It's Curran. Sprays it wide. Oklahoma still with some runs towards the back post. Cutting it in. That one just past the left post to Tatum Sanders. And Mulaney, who herself had 78 goals in her high school career. Narrowly missed adding another to her grand total.
So many excellent players on this field tonight.
Good hold up from Simmons. Safransky. Contact by Canty. Referee calls a halt to this play.
Yeah, he could have maybe pulled a card on that one. I mean, that was a pretty,
Yeah,
pretty
there have
rough
been a couple
challenge.
of those from
Drug
Canty as
her-
well.
Drug her to the ground there. Canty, maybe a little lucky she didn't get a card. This is a good spot for TU. Simpson's had some great services. They can capitalize on this. It's another good service in.
Flag is up on the opposite side. McGraw up from the back line quickly. Tulsa's got to find a way to get back into position here. Here's Kiefer. Well, Kiefer wanted it all in that moment. Didn't quite get what she wanted on that attempt. And a goal kick now for Tulsa.
OU does a great job of playing this quickly, catching TU in that transition. They hadn't quite gotten everybody back yet. It was a great ball, and then Kiefer just puts it on her left foot, just a little bit off balance, isn't able to make the connection and get around on it like she wanted to.
Went from defensive third to the other opposite end in about what felt like 2 seconds. Oklahoma was off to the races quickly.
Incredibly fast. I mean, OU's transition in this game, offensively and defensively, has just been incredible. I mean, and TU, to their credit, I mean, they've hung in there. They've had great moments, but playing at the level that OU does for the full amount of the match is the challenge.
Pack. Easy for Morrell. Can she get there in time? She does. Keeps it from going over the line. Service, Sim Smith. Clearance with her head. Just enough to give Tulsa an opportunity. Pack knocked away. Simmons.
So TU's got to try to get numbers forward. That's a good ball by Bechtel. Simmons does a good job of getting there first, being strong.
Pat got just a piece of that attempt on a cross from Simmons. Easy pickings there for Caroline Duffy, who hasn't faced many this afternoon from the Tulsa attack.
Yeah, besides Frederick's goal, everything's been pretty easy for Duffy to collect.
Lots of contact there to the opposite side. It's on Riley Brown as Frederick went down.
Yeah, that's another tough challenge. Hopefully Frederick's okay because she's walking it off. But another kind of dangerous challenge there. Again, could have been potentially a card. You played the offsides trap really well on this last situation that TU had this free kick, so we'll see how this plays out.
Oklahoma gets to it first. Tumbling over the top. Now here's Canty. Canty tangled up. It's Bechtel doing her best. Left-footed cross somehow skips between both players. Roll to the opposite side of the line for a goal kick.
Fantastic battle between Canty and Bechtel, just battling it out. See what it means to win every challenge.
Ashley Tutis in. Transfer from Florida. Redshirt junior. Her first minutes this afternoon. Rayo, wonderful skill in the center of the park.
So saucy, just so smooth. I mean, great stuff.
Laney. Nata handled it well. Touch to the outside. Looking forward for Simmons. It's a hot ball that came in. Simmons couldn't quite handle it cleanly. Just got away from her briefly. He's cross.
Oh, it did a great job of getting a touch on that header.
His defense is hanging in there as much as possible. Shove in the back. You could hear Coach Ryan calling from that one all the way up here.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Official was in a great place to see it.
Our first look, by the way, at Natalie Hernandez, the freshman defender out of the Colony in Texas, first year in Tulsa. FC Dallas product is Natalie Hernandez. Graw, driven ball, one bounce. Cleared out of the 18. This is Tutis, her first opportunity for a bit of possession, and she went full speed. Over the far touchline for a throw-in. Sylvia Brown will track this one down. Excuse me, Riley Brown.
Just be aware, okay?
Also just struggling a little bit to connect again. Looks like they're just maybe potentially getting a little tired. They're kind of getting pulled out of position a little bit. They're a little late to step. This OU offense is just continuing to play at such speed. It sent so many numbers forward. Again, just so difficult to defend against for such long, extended periods of time.
Another corner for Oklahoma. More subs coming in as well.
On the corner, number 3, Lexi Dindas.
Get on the post. Get on the post. You face out. You face out.
Seta Ducate in for the Sooners. Dindis towards the near post, little flick. Didn't quite make its way through. Ball bounces back out, and Sanders has to go quickly. That was a driven shot from Mulaney.
Rocket from Mulaney. She connects really well with this one. And Sanders is up to the challenge, just gets enough. Really quick reaction save. That would have been number 5.
Dindis one more time. This time to the far back post, but too much. On the spin and off the top. Let's take a look at here. That was towards the near post and off of the deflection, just a blast.
Yeah, Mulaney just connecting so well with that. Sanders doing such a good job of just quick reaction.
Castleberry checks in for Jordan Frederick. Castleberry, who's typically played in the back, put in a different position. This ball nicely played over the top, just too much on it. Kiefer would have had to have world-class speed to get there before Sanders would.
Yeah, it was one thing Coach Ryan said about Castleberry is she can play on the right, she can play on the left, she can play defensively, she can play higher on the wing. Really versatile player.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity in a moment like this as well, with a game that's, we can admit, is a little bit out of reach right now for her to experience a few different spots here.
Yeah, the amount of minutes that she's getting is just invaluable, especially against a side like this. She gains so much experience so quickly.
Kiefer with a quick move and a quicker release. Back out, Pack. Rayo. Shot from Rayo, no trouble for Sanders. Sanders is going to keep it collected here for a moment. Go and check on Rowlett. She's okay.
It's had a great game for her. She's come up big multiple times on that TU back line. Trying to say she's really been stepping up her game. It's been really evident so far in this match.
Second half of our double header comes up at 7:30. Cal State Fullerton in town. After doing the, well, tonight will be the double dip. They played Oral Roberts earlier this week. Seen several California teams have that type of schedule when they're in town. Castleberry couldn't quite get away with that. 31st year, by the way, for Tom McIntosh as head coach of the University of Tulsa on the men's side.
He's an impressive career. I mean, building, really a dynasty here and being responsible for so much of the success here in this Tulsa soccer community.
We might have to have someone in the truck throw up the tally for corners because it's been so frequent. It's been hard to keep track of here up in the booth. We'll get that number for you as 2 more subs for Tulsa. Simmons, here's Wynn. He gets it in, look at that. 14 corners for OU, just 1 for Tulsa.
I mean, and again, I'm going to say Tulsa's defended them so well, and if I'm Coach Mott, I'm happy that we're winning 4-1. They've done a lot of good things. They've pressed. They've created a lot of chances. They've scored some good goals here, but I'm going to ask, like, hey, we've had 14 corners. Why haven't we capitalized?
Well, according to the notes, 1 more corner would tie the all-time record for corners attempted in a match.
Wow. That's a stat.
One that, quite frankly, I did not think would get used this afternoon.
I didn't think so either.
But notes are there for a reason.
Yes, they are.
And bless all of you SIDs for all the work and effort that you put into putting those notes together for everyone.
It all matters.
Somewhere we'll have to chase this one down.
Again with good hold-up play, really using her body well.
It's League in there, though, using that physical stature of her, just not making sure that any amount of space, Faison can't quite catch up to it. Throw in for the Sooners to the far side.
Yeah, maybe if she just kind of touches that to her right foot, just can bend that in a little bit. That's kind of the ball we're looking for there. Just a little too straight behind everybody with that left-footed strike.
Referee's going to come over. A card that's going to be issued.
Yellow card issued from Tulsa.
A lot of yellow cards in this match as well. Physical game. I mean, on both sides of the ball.
Didn't quite see exactly what Parker McGraw did to receive that yellow. Referee was right on top of it, however. Corey Rockwell, our referee today, along with Seth Barton, Grace Lorenz, the assistants. Cap in the envious spot of being the fourth today. Oklahoma looking for a fifth. Nice ball through. Rayo couldn't quite slot it to the opposite side. Sanders has it. She's up. She's going to hold up play for just a moment.
Yeah, great job by Sanders again. I think Rayo would really love to have that one back. Didn't quite make the connection that she wanted to, maybe a little bit off balance, but credit to Sanders being on her line, coming out right when she needed to. Great timing.
Tutis finds Washington. Thought Washington's night might be over with 10 minutes remaining, considering the amount of work that she's put in this evening. Tulsa continuing with the subs on their own. Brooklyn Baumgartner. Baumgartner out of Tomball High School in Houston. Her first action of the year, has only appeared in 2 other games before today.
Trying to use a lot of subs in this match so far. Like you mentioned, been able to have that depth, rotate players in, make a lot of substitutions. So we've seen a lot of players tonight for TU.
Acres of space for Washington. 1v1 versus the defender. Little ball that got away from her there.
Yeah, I think
typically the type of effort or ball that you see out of Washington in that moment.
Yeah, I think she was trying to be a little cheeky and release Kiefer there, but she didn't quite make the connection she wanted to. Overhit it a little bit. Needed to be a little bit softer into that space.
Rowlett just loses it for a brief moment.
Washington again, lots of space.
Towards the byline, plays it back across. Still loose in the box before it's finally cleared away.
Great battle by Schutte. That's, ooh, almost a great ball. Almost finds Maya Faison. That would have been potentially her straight on goal.
Bechtel helps up Ryo. Well, if you're Tulsa, I think there's moments that you can take away from this and continue to build on. Be disappointed overall in the result from today's game, but not long to hang your hat, hang your head, because Southern Nazarene is right back here on the 28th, and then Kansas City on the 31st. So 2 games in the span of less than a week, 2 more games before you're on the road at East Texas A&M on September 4th at 7 o'clock, and then back here against Oral Roberts on September 7th. So got to build off of the positives, and there were many, and it may not look that way in a 4-1 game, as you see the upcoming schedule right there. Before conference play gets underway at East Carolina on September 11th.
I mean, they've done so many good things. I mean, they got a goal against this challenging OU side. I mean, I think one thing they're going to look at is the amount of corners that they've given away, since I think that was number 15.
Which ties the record for most corners attempted in a game for Oklahoma.
But, I mean, they fought. They created a lot of chances, and I think this is going to be a good game. Ooh, that's a good look.
Oh, Tutis with a brilliant ball, found Clark. Almost walked away with another one. Just inches away as it's off the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, Sanders did a good job of keeping up with that one to stay under it to make sure she got it.
Look at the service.
Such a good ball.
Clark was just able to sneak in back behind the back line.
And we see why Clark's so dangerous. She just does such a good job of getting in those dangerous positions. Makes great runs, and she's kind of sneaky with it. Kind of floats in around those defenders and kind of jumps in front of defenders, you know, right at the right time. That's what makes a great goal scorer.
Just trying to find her again. The ball kept on the ground through the 18. Pack.
She's been great tonight for OU. So good on the ball.
Foul from behind. Rowlett comes up. It's a tough foul.
Yeah, tough challenge there.
Ducati got up. She's okay, but Oklahoma with a free kick here in a very dangerous spot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if she tries to go for goal on this or if she tries to serve anything in. Looks like she's going to serve it in.
Quite get the level of chip on it that she wanted. Out to Brown.
Header by Muhammad clearance.
Smith for Tutis. Nice curling ball in. Made well there on the backside. Finally sent out of play. The Tulsa defense can take one breath here before 2 more subs come on. Lacanol back on for Oklahoma. Jordan Frederick for one last push here for the Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, I know Tia would like to get one more goal here, try to get another shot, but just struggled in the last 10 minutes or so to really get out of the back. It's a good win by Blaine Schutte.
As facing to her right. See if she can place the ball forward. She does. Face it now. Working against the defender. Cuts to the inside. Facing tangled up for just a brief moment. Good help side defense coming back for Oklahoma. Lacanol has done that several times so far here today.
Yeah, that was a great challenge by Lacanol. Timed really well. It was a good run by Nia Faison. She did some great stuff. Just hits Lacanol there. Ends that run.
Oklahoma not done. Clark wants another. Baumgartner over to clean that one up. Canty in for Pack. Canty responsible. Oh, Maggie Simsmith did get what looked to be an own goal in the first one. Canty was the one that hit it and then found the back of the net later on anyway. Driven cross towards the penalty spot. Maggie couldn't quite get good amount of clearance on it. Rayo almost came knifing through. Kiki Smith take her time here. Makes it down the line. Set to Ducate against Rowlett. Tutis.
You again, just we talked about it. They sit so high, and that's what they want to do. Is they want to pick off those clearances from the defense so they can immediately win the ball and put it right back in that defensive third of the other team. And you've just been so good at that.
Ashley Tutis was trying to hit that corner before it's tackled away from her. Smith looking for the throw. Tutis, that one's well wide. But they've been looking for that fifth, haven't they? They have not spent a lot of time trying to run time off of this clock.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Mott, that's exactly what I want. You have to have kind of that killer mentality and that killer instinct, and you have to be able to continually score goals. I mean, one goal is not enough, 2 goals isn't enough. If you have the ability and the opportunity to score goals, like he wants to see those balls in the back of the net.
50 ball from Sim Smith. Lacanol. Schutte earns the foul. Also, we'll try to get numbers forward here in the box with just 90 seconds or a little over 90 seconds left.
So they're going to send most everybody in the box. And again, team's done so many great things tonight. I mean, they're wearing a new kit, great in the new blues. Big night for them.
Sim Smith's ball directly at keeper Duffy. He thought about it quickly there for a moment, like, nah, we'll hold up.
Yeah, smart decision from her.
1 minute to play.
This one ride. But I think if you're both coaches, I think there's a lot of good things that you take out of this game, and I think there's a lot of things that you say, hey, there's some stuff that we need to work on and we need to fix, and that's exactly what these games are for before you get into conference play where, you know, every result matters. I think there's going to be things that both teams can take away, you know, good and bad things that they did.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that Oklahoma had, for a period of time, outside of, you know, as you mentioned, 10 minutes to start that game, that I felt like Tulsa had more of the good opportunities and lion's share of the ball for the majority of the first half. Things got away from them here, as we'll have one final corner, maybe. Just let this one run out. But Oklahoma was tested, at least for the first half here today, and they walk away with a 4-1 victory over the University of Tulsa. And good things from TU as well, as we take a timeout to come back and get ready for the post-game show. Number 22 in the country stays undefeated, 4-1 victory over TU. Back after this.